make comedies anymore? Are there funny movies?
No.
That's what I was thinking about. For some reason, I've had Bruce Almighty stuck in my head recently.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, like, that kind of movie, just the sort of, like, quick, dumb comedy movie, is just, like, not a thing anymore.
People take themselves too seriously, but then not seriously at all. But not enough to actually make a good joke. They just comment on what they're doing as a joke. And it's not funny. Nobody is actually funny anymore. They do serious things, comment on the serious thing as being funny and ironic. That's jokes now. That's memes.
Dude, that is... You really just succinctly said that.
It's a miracle.
Thank God for the Clips channel, because that's really good. Look, I just commented on... I just did the thing!
You did!
And now I'm doing it again!
You know, it's like... You're so right, man. It's just we're stuck in this vicious loop.
What was the thing you said? You said you take people take themselves too seriously, but then not seriously at all. I think that is the crux of the issue.
Yeah,
take yourself too seriously and not seriously, at all.
Yeah,
let's get that on a shirt.
That we should.
You take yourself too seriously and not seriously at all.
So just at some point, and you know what? It might need to come to this. Think about it. Legitimately, this is so true. The only way that you can have good comedy is if comedy doesn't exist anymore, because people are taking themselves so seriously. They have to, given the time. And then you start to go into a good time. And then it's like, oh, now we can kind of joke about, like, we don't have to be so serious anymore. Times are okay again.
That's what gave me hope.
But we're in this weird time now where people are still telling jokes, but no one's taking themselves seriously, but too seriously. It's weird. Well, I can't keep up with that.
I mean, the comedians that really seem to do well right now are the ones that are, like, edgy, but, like, saying things that the establishment doesn't,
Right.
They're very popular. A Dave Chappelle type is very popular.
Yeah.
And is said, and a lot of the comedy is like, I'm not supposed to say this, but then the critics will be like, well, clearly you are allowed to say it because you're so popular. And it's like, no, he's popular because you guys crap on him every time he says anything.
You're making him popular.
Everybody feels like they're the one being persecuted, but one has actual institutional power. One has the power of the people. So which one do you want? You know what I mean? Right. There might be a time where the institutional power is keeps you more in charge, but the fear, the worry for them is that, well, the people are slowly rising up.
Yeah.
And I think that's the time we're in now. So there's a lot of institutional power behind the movie industry. And so, and they don't know, how do you make movies right now? How do you make comedies right now? You can't really. But it's just weird thinking about all the comedy movies. And especially, look, if you watch any comedy movie from when we were growing up, there are jokes in there.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to say something that's probably not great, considering our channel is based on this. I'm starting to get just absolutely sick of comedy. People's comedy today. I want people to be serious.
Oh, I see, because we have a comedy channel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I want people to be serious again. Like, I'm so overridden with this comedy that's not funny, or people commenting on, like, hey, like, it's funny that we're doing this, right?
Right. I mean, I think that's why we do the podcast and stuff now. And even Messy Mondays, like, it could get serious at times.
Yeah.
Messages is super serious.
Extremely serious.
Brother time.
Serious.
That's a dramedy. Okay, I mean, we've always infused, but I 100% agree with you.
And I'm not even necessarily talking about what we do per se, but I mean, sure. I don't know, but like, I'm just saying, as a whole, it's gone into this, like, everything is just, you can't take anything, like, any serious event in life has to be commented on as a joke, and it's starting to drive me nuts.
Yeah, you need like a period of pure comedy, where, like, for example, let me give you an example: Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Mm-hmm. That movie takes itself
it really does.
Seriously, but in a good way. There's
right.
no commenting on how ridiculous it all is. Why Gene Wilder is so funny in that movie is because he never breaks.
Yeah.
And when he finally does at the end of the movie, kind of like breaks the facade, the point is that it's not like, haha, can you believe I did this? It's like, you won.
Yeah, you literally won.
Yeah, you were the purest of all of us.
Yeah.
You were purer than me because you were honest when I was being dishonest.
Yeah, exactly. I created this whole stupid thing, and yeah, exactly.
And
you're
you're the hero of the story because you never did. You always did the right thing.
Yeah.
But it's a hilarious movie.
Yeah, right.
And there are some lines where it's like, okay, clearly a comedy writer wrote this. Mm-hmm. I think about the scene where the woman's husband gets kidnapped, and the hostage guy calls and says, "He wants your case of Wonka bars." How long do I have to think?
Yeah.
Did you know that the guy who directed that movie had not directed a movie like that? He only directed documentaries. So that's why there's a lot of like news scenes and like
that's
a lot
funny.
of like watching random people doing random things.
Oh, that's
Isn't
fun.
that
No,
cool?
that does make sense. Yeah, because I always noticed that movie was filmed weird.
Yeah.
And that explains it. Exactly explains it.
Willy Wonka the Chocolate Factory, one of the best movies of all time.
It really is.
We'll get back to good comedy, and it gives me hope that we will.